Here in the Queen City of Cincinnati, the modern-day monarchs of women's golf have assembled near the top of the leaderboard to contend for a coveted title. It's the Kroger Queen City Championship presented by P&G. Grant Boone, Morgan Pressel watching the overnight leader Charlie Hull after 5 pars at the 6th.
Very steady opener, but trying to take advantage of this first par 5 on the golf course.
A tap-in birdie would give Charlie the lead back at 17 under. She's playing with world number 1 Gino Titigun. This for birdie at the par 3.
Trying to chase her down, 2 birds and a bogey to here.
Gino trying to become the first repeat winner on the LPGA Tour this year, but Charlie would do this right on top of her.
I said it would come down to Charlie's putting today. If she's going to hoist this trophy, rolls it in right on top of Gino there at the 7th.
And then just moments ago, the Filipina, Bianca Pagdananan, 3rd shot at the 8th.
We've also talked a lot about how the advantage of length around this golf course. Not many longer than Bianca, using it to full advantage right there.
Superstar who played and won an NCAA title at Arizona has moved into a share of 2nd. Nelly Corda, world number 2, looking for her first win, is moving into contention. Here we go. Golf Channel and the LPGA Tour proudly present the season-long race to the CME Globe. From Hamilton Township, Ohio, it's live final round coverage of the Kroger Queen City Championship presented by P&G. This is the 2nd year that TPC Rivers Bend has hosted the LPGA Tour here in the rolling farmland just outside of Cincinnati, about 30 miles northeast of downtown. And Morgan and I joined by Kay Cockrell and Mel Reed. Final group is playing the par 5 8th, and we've got team coverage of this final 3-ball, and Mel Reed is watching Charlie.
Charlie muscled out fairway wood to here out the right-hand rough. This is 56 yards. Great angle at this flag.
Excellent touch there. She looks really steady on this opening 9. That for her 3rd birdie in a row.
She's been here so many times. The 8th time she's had at least a share of the lead going into the final round. 2 wins so far. Nelly Corda. She is a couple under today, but Morgan, as she lines up another birdie putt, it could be even lower.
She's had some opportunities from right about this range. Just hasn't quite been able to convert.
There's been a consistent miss, hasn't there?
Missing to the right.
Right in the middle there at the tough 9th. So Nelly opens with 33 as we go back to that final group, and Kay Cockrell watching Chisato Iwai.
This 3rd shot from the rough needs to get up. Oh, that ball was not sitting well, but she needed a lot more acceleration through the shot.
Yeah, she kind of hit that very softly, Kay, when she probably needed a big, full, aggressive swing to get the distance that she needed with that much of an open club face.
And is Gino there in 2K?
She is. She hit a 5-iron in, almost pulled it off, but it just hit the bank of the bunker and jumped into the bunker itself. Ball sitting well. Needs to get this up quickly.
So Charlie's in there tight. Looks like she's going to go to 19 under. Gino, who had the lead going into the final round here last year before Lydia Ko caught her with a final round 63. She's the chaser now today. And now Chisato Iwai, who got that victory as a rookie, one of the 7 rookies to win this year. It's back in Mexico with a big Sunday of her own there. Now is trying to take a hop, skip, and a jump up here toward the green with her 4th.
From watching her this year, she's very composed naturally, and that is always a big positive when you've just missed a shot, to stay in the moment. Not get too frustrated, but this should be a 4, and now she's going to be struggling to make a par 5.
Yeah, it's going to be really disappointing there, but she does. Her attitude is a big, important part of why she's as talented and as good as she is.
Here is the winner of the AIG Women's Open last one, Japan's Miyu Yamashita, second of the 9th.
This hole has been so hard. You have to have perfect distance control. Hardest hole of the week. And I'd say that's pretty perfect on the distance control right there.
And so Chisato, I don't think has lost her turn here. We see a little more wind today. Don't know if it's just the holes that we've seen, Kay. What would you say about the conditions so far out there?
Definitely, I feel like the wind is there. It's more noticeable than it's been the last couple days. It's coming out of the east. On this hole, it was helping downwind. Probably about 5 to 6 miles an hour. It's really a delightful day out here. I mean, there's not too many clouds in the sky. Less humid than it was. And with that air movement, it's just idyllic.
And Morgan, a bogey just feels like you're dropping 5 shots, doesn't it, on a day like this?
Yeah, I mean, the scoring average right now is just over 4.5 on this par 5K. This is a big putt.
And that was after she hit a good drive, Morgan, and just kind of hit a skinny right 3-wood, and from there, 4 shots to get it in the hole.
Well, after the eagle chip in, Bianca Pagdinanan at the 9th.
Sounded like that was coming out of the rough, so going to be harder to control. Not surprised to see her go long there. That's going to be a brutal leave.
Powerful player from the Philippines. She's got difficult, delicate shot coming up. As we go back to 8 and the birdie attempt for Gina. Remember, Charlie is in there. As you can see, the coin just a couple of feet away for birdie.
And Gino just doing Gino things. Omnipresent at the top of the leaderboard, it seems, week in and week out. And it's just because she's so darn consistent. Her mistakes are few and far between. This putt slightly downhill.
And so now Charlie is going to have a virtual tap in to take a 2-shot lead. Mel, it's the first event for Charlie since the AIG Women's Open when she nearly chased down Miyu Yamashita. Now she's the one out in front and a chance to push it to 2 here.
She certainly does, and this is pretty much a gimme, isn't it, for Charlie Hall? Opting to have the flag out for a change.
Yeah, noticed that.
But yeah, she's been playing wonderful golf, and that was really fun to watch her at the AIG earlier this year.
3 in a row.
Yes, she's doing exactly what she needed to do, starting the day with the lead. She's talked about how much she loves chasing, especially even going into that final round at AIG. I love coming from behind. I don't know how much she loves being in front, but she is playing really steady so far today.
Might help to keep that chaser's mindset, huh, with all the birdies and even eagles out there. Here's Bianca. How tough is this?
This is just everything sloping away from you. You've got that penalty area staring at you on the other side. Just got to land it barely at the end of the rough. Just carried that quite a bit too far. She had to hit that about as perfectly as you could hit a shot to keep it on the green.
So that's going to be a par chip. You saw her slide over to try to get a good look at how it was rolling past the hole. Final group making its way to the tee at the 9th. It has been moved up 1 box today. But, always a challenge with that penalty area fronting the green. So here's Charlie, 29 years old, absolute superstar around the world. But winds have been relatively elusive compared to her brilliant career otherwise. The last victory coming, you see, a little over 1,000 days ago, 3 years ago in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but a great chance here.
She certainly does, and she's one of those players you think, why is she not winning enough? I've always, since I first met Charlie when she was about 15 years old, I've always just been very impressed with her talent, her work ethic, her discipline. The breeze now is a little bit into them, off the left. This is a very difficult fairway to hit. Slopes right to left, past these bunkers on the right, feeding all the way down towards the hazard. So she's taking left than driver here now that these fairways are baked out a little bit. This is a good call from Ad's caddy.
Just off
This
from the
to be
group ahead.
right down the middle of the fairway.
See how this lands. Just off from the group ahead, Bianca chasing it through into the rough, and how tough it was for her to control. That didn't get into the deeper rough, so that may be okay. Still won't be able to get quite as much spin on it.
Soft fairways early in the week, almost overcooked. Now, here's Gino on the tee.
I think players by now would know that going over those bunkers that you see from the tee that are on the right-hand side is really a good line, because the fairway does open up more on the right, and for the longer ball hitters, they can carry the bunker, particularly with this up tee. That also less than driver.
A little bit more up the right than where Charlie's shot was. Just hangs on and out of a divot.
All right, Bianca just pitched in for eagle. This is a pitch for her par at 9. So she doesn't want to give both back, of course. She'll drop at least one. Charlie Hull now leading it by 2 here on this Sunday Fun Day in Cincy. This is the bogey putt for Bianca Pagdananan at the 9th.
Have to keep the momentum going. This has been the toughest hole of the day, toughest hole of the week. Really have to be precise. First off the tee, get it in the fairway. And then just missing that green long is almost the same as missing it short. It's just so hard.
Big move today from Nasa Hantaoka. And this is to get it to 16 under. Wow, 7 under on a round today. Holed out on the final hole yesterday, which was the 9th for eagle. Making the turn now at the 10th. 3 shots back, Nelly Korda.
Forced to land something short there. The way this green slopes away and coming out of the first cut, just couldn't stop anything.
Sunday has been her biggest struggle in terms of stroke average.
Direction-wise, it should be.
Nelly's -3. Back to 9. Charlie.
Giving back foot and 8 iron. Is it less tight at the left-hand side?
Only if you go more like at the 3.
Yeah.
Left of it.
Like,
And then the wind is kind of
yeah.
just almost get back to it a bit,
Yeah.
right, isn't it? Yeah, I think 8.
That's fine.
I like it coming down. You can see where the branch of the tree is. I like the right edge of the tree there. Yeah?
As you heard there from Mazzy, this is an 8 iron, and the wind is just in their faces. She's looking to hit this about 6 yards left of this flagstick. It goes a little long, it will feed back down towards the flag. Clean lie. Looks to be exactly where she was aiming it.
Took a really hard swing at that, trying to generate any kind of spin that she can. Still not able to stop it on the green, but that's in a better place than where we just saw Bianca play from.
Keep it here for Gino.
So fortunate to have avoided a big bunker that's a couple inches to the left of her ball. As it is, a good clean lie. Ball maybe just a titch below her feet. And a slight downhill lie. Pink grip, 9-iron.
Gino with that one-handed follow through, but considering what we've seen today on this hole, that's not too bad.
After the bogey at the 8th, Chisato Iwai. How about this lie?
It actually ended up okay. She blew her tee shot well right, but she's over in some dried out grass with a decent lie. Able to come in with a wedge, just a small one.
That for a bounce back birdie. Well, is that leaderboard any good for you? Charlie Hull leading Gino Titico, Nelly Korda, Lottie Wood right there as well. And Morgan, let's talk about Charlie. She is an absolute superstar. She's beloved all over the world. She is number 8 in the world. She's done so much. As we said, the wins have been elusive, but she's put herself in a great spot today, hasn't she?
I feel like she's finished runner-up in 3rd place so many times, and it's time for her to really break through here again. First time since 2022. She said coming into today, her goal, her game plan was to play normal golf, not think too much, and just chill. Well, that's a lot harder to do when you have a 2-shot lead here coming down the back 9. But that is Charlie's attitude. She's got a very carefree type of a personality as well as a style of golf. Just see the flag, aim at the flag, and hit it. And it's going to come down to if she can make those putts coming down the stretch. She looks really solid so far today. I've been impressed.
And this run of birdies has really created a bit of separation. There were a lot of players within 3-4 shots when this final round began. Now you just have Gino and Nelly. But those are the top 2 ranked players in the world. If Charlie's going to get it done today, she will have earned it.
Oh, no question. Anybody will have earned it. The golf course today, as well, is playing the highest scoring average that it has all week. As we have seen it firm out, we haven't had any rain this week. It just continues to get warmer, so it's tougher to get it close to the holes. It's tougher for those in the back to chase because there are not as many birdie opportunities around this golf course. So it's really those few at the very top of the leaderboard, and it's going to come down, I would say, to that 18th hole, that reachable par 5, where we could see quite a bit of volatility there at the very end of the day.
Yeah, and that follows up some really challenging par 4s and one tough par 3 in there as well. All right, Mel, what do you think about this 3rd for Charlie?
It's not going to be overly quick. Well, I must say this lie is absolutely perfect, and I feel like she relishes in these. She's read it like a putt, so I have a feeling she might fancy this one. Opening up the club face.
She's shown some wonderful touch already today, Mel. That was special.
It certainly was. That was really well played. Could have got away from her.
I couldn't tell from her reaction if that's exactly how she meant to hit it, but the result was great. And now the birdie putt for Nelly Korda.
Slow putt up the hill all the way towards the front of this green. Her speed control has been excellent this week.
Pretty good there as well. Putts inside about 8 feet. On the 6, 7, and 8 that she was unable to convert, but did make a birdie here at this 9th. And that's where Gino Titico has a look at birdie.
Because she's hit it towards the back of the green, this is a very fast right to left breaking putt for birdie. I think she's going to have to be a bit tentative with this approach. Oh, good line.
That was an excellent stroke, Kay. Just really nice and compact. Wonderful acceleration through the putt while still knowing that it is downhill and could get away from her.
You see Lottie Wood's name there, tied for 4th. She's 4 back with 8 to play, and a chance here at the par 5 11th.
Our location today, all the way in the front left of the green. We've seen some magic here so far this week. Off that upslope, able to get it to land really softly there.
And that could change the complexion of this event if that were to fall. Getting a little better. Chisato Iwai for birdie at the 9th. And that helps. You think it'd be the other way around. Birdie at 8 maybe, and maybe a hiccup at the 9th, but the other way around for Chisato, and she's back to within 3.
Yeah, that's just having a short memory right there. Putting it out of your mind and keep trying to focus on the next shot.
Well, as it relates to what Morgan was talking about earlier for Charlie Hull, she says she doesn't overthink things, but how much do you think the weight of all of these opportunities, 2 wins, very impressive, but for all the time she's been up there, how much do you think she thinks about that?
I don't think she does. I think she takes positives away from it, putting herself in that position, and it's not like she's lost them. I feel like she's been beat. This will certainly hold her attention if there's any nerves showing, which I don't feel Charlie ever gets nervous. This would be it.
Good save on a tough hole, stays 19 under.
If she ever does get nervous, she doesn't show it on the outside, but she is human. And I'd say any human in this type of situation would feel some nerves. That doesn't mean you can't accomplish what you want to accomplish. It just means that you're feeling a little bit of those butterflies.
Just a little bit left here for Gino. They're with the lead on the 71st hole at the last event on the LPGA schedule 2 weeks ago in Boston. Made bogey there. And Miranda Wong, the rookie, rallied to win it. Nelly at the 10th. Big putt for par. They're all big at this point. So she stays at 16 under. Charlie Hull a one-shot lead when the final round began. She'll make the turn up 2 over number 1 in the world, Gino. Big thanks to Kroger and P&G for what they've done to elevate this event. We're at the 16th, and Nasa Hataoka, best round of the day going.
Still has a little time for a fast finish.
6 wins for Nasa. None since 2022. Lottie Wode for Eagle. Throw her name in the mix.
Yeah, this will be a quick putt.
Wow. So Lottie, the new pro, already an LPGA winner, won her pro debut. And the recent major champ, Yamashita, at the 10th.
Let's see if she can stop it close to this front hole location. Definitely easier coming out of the fairway.
Vying for Louise Suggs' Rolex Rookie of the Year honors, with, among others, Chisato Iwai, who's on the tee now at the 10th.
Going with less than driver, hitting off this elevated tee. You gain about 10, 11 yards of elevation, hitting it down, just trying to make sure you hit it in the fairway. It's not a long hole.
Yeah, just all about position here. Generous fairway.
So Charlie leading it by 2 as she makes the turn.
Just quiet, please, guys. Thanks.
LPGA win number 3.
Charlie also going less than driver here. This front pin. Massive fairway this, but you still have to hit it.
This hour of Top Tracer technology presented by Progressive Insurance. Just 2 bogeys for Charlie this week.
Yeah, no, she's playing very consistent golf. She's certainly made a lot of putts, and that's helpful. Top 5 in putting this week. That had a lot of curve to that golf ball, but ends up the left side of the fairway, so a little shortened the hole a bit over there.
Now Gino.
Gino also done a good job of minimizing bogeys, just 3 coming into today, but she did have A bogey at the second hole after birdieing the first. Clean scorecard since.
Another beauty.
Hang on.
Not hard. So Charlie came onto the LPGA Tour after having already played in the Solheim Cup as a teenager. The 2 wins came in the second half of the season. In 2016, she won the year-ending CME Group Tour Championship, had a 1-shot lead going into the final round there, and then in Dallas 60, when she had the lead, those that she didn't win. This is Yelimi No. She shot 64 yesterday. And Yelimi trying to make a back 9 charge here. Not going to be enough, doesn't look like, but you can see the rough front 9 here for the brilliance yesterday. Here's the comebacker for birdie for Lottie Woad. This to join Korda and EY. I'm not counting her out.
I'd say with the opportunities on 18 especially, you just want to stay within striking distance.
And at the 10th, Yamashita is to pull a little closer.
Such a quick putt. Well judged for speed. Just not one you can get too aggressive with.
She had a big year in the major championships last year before joining the LPGA Tour, and that got her to Paris as the second representative for Japan at the Olympic Games. At the 11th, Mary Liu. You see, she's number 97 in the race to the CME Globe. Lost her card as a rookie last year, got it back at Q School, and trying to avoid that this year.
Yeah, this could be a big week for her. I think back to yesterday when she hit it's only about a foot here for eagle. Gonna have a little bit of a longer eagle putt today, but still really great playing this week from Mary.
And she's playing with Nelly Korda and Gabby Ruffles in the third to last group. Up at the 12th, this is Maya Stark. Maya is tied for 10th at the moment. Her best showing since winning the U.S. Women's Open back in early June.
She's talked a lot about the putting being the difference, feeling like she's seeing the line better. I feel like that's just some confidence more than anything. Very unhappy with that one, though. She's always entertaining to watch, always wears her emotions on her sleeve. We don't even need to sit here and do our job. We'll just let, you know, Maya's reaction speak for us.
Well, this feels like an important shot for Nelly. Second at the 11th.
An opportunity to pick up 2 here.
A huge tee shot. She eagled the 18th yesterday. Shot 68. And back we go to the 10th final group and Chisato Iwai.
Pitching wedge in hand. This plays downhill. Oh, superbly done.
That had more spin than any shot that we've seen coming into this 10th hole today, Kay. She was able to generate a lot of clubhead speed there with that wedge.
It'll be interesting to see what Gino does and eventually Charlie. This from 106 versus 142 that Chisato had. Just a little sand wedge.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be left. One is coming down. I like it like 2 or 3 out of
2 really good ones, and now Charlie.
Could not have placed this any better, right half of the fairway. Great angle into this front left hole location. Wind's picking up a little bit off the left, and if you hit this a little left of the flag, it will gather towards the hole. This is just a gap wedge for Charlie. She'll love to see this dance around the hole.
Now it dances off the floor.
She'll be able to putt that. That'll be a bit of a speedy putt. or at least have a little bit of break to it.
Up at the 12th, Lottie Wood to get a little closer. Made a huge move on Sunday at the Amundi Evian Championship, which was her last event as an amateur. Had the lead on Sunday on the back nine. Wound up missing a playoff by 1. Speaking of major championships, Lindy Duncan lost that playoff at the Chevron, but that takes her to 12 under. A very solid season in addition to that career best runner-up showing.
I remember seeing her after that playoff at the Chevron Championship and just how excited she was, and obviously disappointed in the moment, but she's really used it as a great springboard for the rest of the season.
Just the ultimate journeywoman who now is really playing, as she says, the best golf of her life. So Charlie's off the green, and Woodward, her caddy, enter the putter.
Well, that's because these aprons are just so smooth. It's just like a normal green, to be honest with you, in fantastic condition. These greens are quite difficult to read. We've spoken about it all week. There's kind of slight movements everywhere. I'm looking at this putt and I'm thinking there's not a lot to it. Maybe a little bit left to right. It's up the hill as well. She's got that going in her favour, so she can definitely be aggressive with this putt. But she has putted so well all week. We always know she's a good putter, but she really has outshone this week on the greens. Been reading them beautifully, great pace. And with her ball striking, that's when she can be very dangerous.
That's interesting, Mel. I was talking to Nick Soto, her putting coach, coming into today, and he said that with her injury, the ankle injury that she's been suffering with, that she was able to spend a lot more time on her short game. That's what she really focused on, and so she and Nick were able to spend a lot of time together and really dial it in. That they were doing a lot of performance drills to really simulate the pressure that she would feel in competition like today.
Yeah, and it's certainly paying off. That was a good try there from Charlie.
She'll have that for par. Gino has a good chance to get to within 1 here.
That's something that I always look for, though. I like the confidence in that stroke, the fact that it got past the hole. You always watch when people are under pressure in contention, if they keep the same speed up with their putts or if they start to get a little bit tentative, and there was no tentativeness there to Charlie's first putt.
How about Gino for birdie?
This is an ideal look for birdie. It also just slightly uphill, has a little bit of right to left movement. My read on this putt would be inside right from this length.
Just love the way she sets up to the ball. Everything very square, eyes right over the ball. Simple, compact stroke that's exceptionally effective.
Best player in the world, best putter on tour, and now within 1 of Charlie Hull. So Nellie's got an eagle putt up at the 11th. This is the comebacker for par for Lottie. Can't afford any missteps at all, and she's in with a 3 there at 12.
It's been a sneaky tough hole today.
It's a Chisato from close range for birdie.
This for 2 in a row. Oh my goodness. Wow. I would never have suspected that, Morgan. That was only 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet.
Yeah, she played it outside the hole to start.
Well, Nellie closed out round 3, as we said, with an eagle. An eagle here would move her to within 1, and I dare say that the roars would reverberate back to that 11th tee.
As we saw from Lottie's putts, quick one.
Here's a birdie. take her to 17 under. We mentioned she has struggled, again, relatively speaking, on the weekend compared to how phenomenal she is the first couple of days on tour in terms of scoring average. So she is 4 under on a round within 2. And Charlie is taking care here for her par at 10.
And even with these shorter putts, they do grab your attention just because there are little subtleties of breaks. She likes to hit these with a little bit of pace on them.
If they didn't get her attention before, I think Chisato's might have. No problem. All right, so as it was when the day began, a 1-shot lead now for Charlie Hull. Now within 1, Gino Titicun at 11.
Interesting tee shot because you want to favor the left center. Fairway tilts left to right. Players cannot see the landing area. They can just see the crest of the hill. Yeah, that looked pretty nice. You never know for sure where it ends up.
It's the speed slot, Kay.
Par 3, 12th. Now 2 back. Nelly.
This has actually been the hardest green to hit today. Less than half the field finding this green in regulation.
Probably about 20 yards short.
All locations and a little sliver of green on the back right.
And back to the tee of the 11th. Chisato Iwai.
This one curving a bit from left to right. This may end up finding the right rough.
She was aimed at touch in that direction as well. That's going to be a downhill hanging lie out of the first cut. Still could chase something up there.
All right, now Charlie.
Charlie absolutely striked one downhill yesterday. As you were saying about the speed slot, Morgan, that's exactly what she got yesterday, and she'd be looking to repeat that today. It's her natural draw with the driver. This tee shot sets up really nicely for her, hugging that left-hand side.
Yeah, we've seen some real quick pickups of the tee so far this week.
This one looks to be really good, drawing to the left half of the fairway.
I just feel like she's playing with so much confidence right now. Didn't quite carry it to that same speed slot where Gino's landed, but still got a lot of trundle.
Final round of the Kroger Queen City Championship presented by P&G, and this is a great one. 4th year of this event, 2nd year here at TPC Rivers Bend. Grant Boone, Morgan Pressel, Kay Cockrell, Mel Reed out here watching the very best in the game, contending for a title. Miyu Yamashita from just off the 11th for Eagle.
Excellent pace there. The aprons around this golf course are like putting on carpet. It is just in beautiful shape here this week.
Tough spot for Nelly here, short of the 12th.
Yeah, her short game has been pretty sensational so far this week. That one a little heavy-handed. Gonna have to rely on her putter to save her here on 12.
Well, we mentioned it. Take a look at Nelly's scoring average this year by round. 3rd best in round 1, the best on tour in round 2, drops off a little bit in round 3, and then you see what she's done in round 4. But today, Nelly is 4 under without a bogey. And she'll need to avoid one at the 12th if she's going to stay within a couple of Charlie, who's right down the middle. Anything to this other than just maybe the difference between a 7-win year and none?
Hey, we always say it's hard to follow up an exceptional round of golf, a low round. It's even harder to follow up an exceptional season. And, you know, you end up putting some pressure a little extra pressure on yourself. I feel like Nelly tries really hard to stay in her own little bubble, but it's easier said than done.
Here's this run of par fours, 13, 14, 15. Lottie Wood second. That's a chance to get to 17 under. But again, the leaders are back at the 11th. And now Mel Reid is caught up with Nelly Korda just in time for this critical par putt.
This would be a nice time to make this putt. She's missed a few of these today. This is going to gradually move to her left, but it is uphill, so she can stay aggressive on this putt.
It's one that would really look good to the eye of a right-hander.
First drop shot from Nelly. And Mel mentioned it. We talked about it earlier. Some chances for Nelly for birdie on the front nine. This was at the par 5 6th.
Just doesn't quite play enough break here. Ends up on the low side. Missing this one to the right.
And then at the 7th, the par 3.
Very similar putt here. Downhill slider to the right again.
Caught a big piece of the hole. And then at the 8th, the bunker blast to this point for birdie.
And again, another left-righter missing to the right on the low side.
She did make birdie at the 9th. And birdied 11 as well, a two-putt birdie. Up at the 13th, Lottie Wood for birdie. Birdie opportunities really begin to dry up after 11, don't they?
Well, that was, the golf course playing a little bit harder today. You've got a really tough stretch of par fours.
Just left to right. I feel like it's just slightly helping a little bit.
Par fives are really important to this golf course, to scoring.
And that's where Chisato Iwai is for her second.
Not the ideal lie. She's in the first cut of rough. A little bit of a downhill lie. She's in between this 5 wood and trying to hit a hard, strong 5 iron. Going with the wood instead. It's going to be tough to get height on this. Hoping this has enough speed to hit into the hill and skip up.
Gosh, great balance on that shot, considering the uneven lie. That's going to settle in there at the back of the green. Might even get a little bit better here as it comes off this backstop. Might have enough momentum to get any closer, but still from that position, wonderful shot.
And now Gino.
Ideal positioning from the right side of the fairway. 5 iron, and she hits her irons very high. Needs to carry this at least 5 paces on to ensure you get past the false front.
So our ball flight's a huge advantage here.
Struck that beautifully.
Oh, she landed it about 3 feet short, Kay, and gets rejected.
Yeah, man, 75.
It's going to leave a much tougher shot from right there.
That had the makings of something special, it looked like.
I think it's just under.
If she can believe it.
Kind of, I think if anything, a couple yards.
All right, Charlie now.
I think
I think it's just under full fade. Love it.
after seeing Gino come up short, she's gone with a little bit extra club, 6 iron. This as well, she should be able to get some good height on. .161 to the front, trying to land this 165-ish. That was struck really well.
Yeah, smart play after watching Gino come up a little bit short. Go with the longer club. There's plenty of green behind it.
All right, so Nelly Korda is going to drop a shot, as you see, at 12th. Charlie Hull and Gino with thirds coming up at the par 5 11. Third shot at the par 5 11th for Gino Titicun.
Off an uphill lie, 8 paces to the edge, another 6 to the hole.
It'll be a tap-in birdie for Gino to get to 19 under. Charlie Hull is going to have a putt for eagle. Up to the 13th, and Nelly.
This looks to be drawing just on the left half of the fairway. See if she can get this speed slot.
It's a good kick right there.
So Nelly, who drops the shot at 12, is going to fall a little further adrift of Charlie, who's got an eagle putt coming up. Lydia Ko, the defending champion, shot 63 on Sunday to pass Gino Titicun, finishing up here with a good one.
Let's settle in there. That whole location on 18 in the front center of the green is definitely set up for some drama.
Charlie Hull for eagle at 11.
She's going to have to dig down deep into that reservoir of performance putting practice for this one. So fast. Right to left movement. The hole looks like it's sitting on the edge of an infinity pool with the edge of the green just dropping away. That doesn't surprise me. She came up short.
She had a great read on that. Even saw it going back a little bit to the right, so great creativity. Just needed a little bit more oomph there. Still leaves herself with a tough slider.
Gino's already tapped in, as you see, so she's 19 under. Charlie will have that putt to get to minus 20. To 12, the par 3 in Yamashita.
Let's see if Miyu can dial it in here. Ideally, want to be just a little bit left of this flag stick, allow the slope of the green to take it to the right. Just like that. Didn't quite get the release down, but just a really tough hole today here on 12. Tough to get it close to that hole location.
Chisato for eagle.
Shorter version of what Charlie faced, a little more towards the left-hand side of the green. And that was, you can see it just goes a little bit by. It just keeps running, but that was a nice effort.
She's still hanging tough right there. Think about some Sunday charges like the one she had in Portland, trying to chase down her sister. Definitely can take it low.
Yeah, Akie missed the cut here with a tough final hole on Friday. Chisato carrying the family banner. Both have already won this year as rookies. So Charlie with some work here, and she's giving it the full treatment. Brings in Adam Woodward here.
Morgan, these are the ones that you have to teach yourself to embrace and love, because they are scary. You know, do you just touch it and let it drop in, but run the chance of it not staying on line, or do you play it a little more firmly and hold that line with the risk it goes 2, 3, 4 feet by?
I think Charlie's MO has always been a little bit more on the firmer side, okay?
Big one, really big one for Charlie Hull. 2-putt birdie. And so she stays in front of Gino.
That was not an easy putt right there. Curls it in on the side, but excellent 2-putt birdie. She just looks really, really solid. Doesn't look relatively unflappable right now with Gino staring her down.
And not just avoiding the mistakes, as we mentioned, only 2 bogeys for the week, but adding birdies, 4 of them today. Yamashita is trying to keep pace here. Those who can make birdie on these holes, 12, 13, 14, 15, have a chance to really pick up some ground.
Yeah, this one in particular has only been 4 birdies all day today through the entire field on this 12th. To your point, only 3 on 14. So just not a lot of give in this golf course here through the middle part of this back 9 once you get past that par 5 11th.
And until you get to 18. That's what it's going to take, it looks like, to catch Charlie. At the 13th, the second for Nelly.
She's in an old divot at the front of it. She's back footing this one. It's coming in a bit hot.
Oh, goodness. Unlucky to end up in that pitch mark. Landed it on the downslope, ricocheted over the green, similar to what happened to her yesterday, which led to a bogey.
4 down with 5 to play. Lottie Woad second. Okay. Up at the 18th, Lydia Ko for a closing 3.
There's only been one eagle so far today. Delicate putt.
It's going to be a 69-67 weekend for Lydia Ko. Take her to 13 under and inside the top 15. Nice showing for the defending champ. This week's Aon Risk Reward Challenge hole is the 18th. Unlike most par 5s, the 18th at TPC Rivers Bend is the challenge that emphasizes accuracy over power. Uphill off the tee and partially blind, but the Aon Insight tells us that distance is worth far less than usual here, with a 50% reduction in value across LPGA par 5 tee shot averages between 250 and 300 yards. Additionally, players who hit the fairway are able to go for the green in 2 at almost twice the rate of those who miss. A decision that gains half a shot on the field when successful. Last year, Lydia Ko's better decisions from the tee allowed her to gain more than an entire stroke on her approaches, successfully hitting the green in 2 67% of the time en route to her victory. And playing with Lydia at the 18th, Nasa Hataoka is for birdie to shoot 64. It's the best round of the day. Be her second best round of the season. And the final group at the par 3 12th, Gino Titakun.
Wind picking up a little bit. Was hurting, now more left to right. It's a 6-iron on the way. Playing left of the flag. Everything should feed right.
Not going to hold. Coming in with that 6-iron. Green sloping away. Carried it a little bit too far. But chipping back up the hill there.
Makes the shot from Yamashita look even better. All right, Mel, how about the third for Nelly?
This is just a really sticky lie. It's kind of sitting up a bit. Easy to get underneath it.
Yeah, lucky to stay there and not come back down into the bowl.
That's for par. Back to the 12th in Chisato Iwai.
She had 2 clubs out initially, maybe thinking about the 7-iron, but deciding on the 6-iron. Pulled that perhaps a little bit more than she wanted. I don't know if that's going to catch the slope.
We're just going to hang on to where she can still use putter. Just be quick from that position.
Keep it here for Charlie.
The wind should be about 8 o'clock.
And Charlie going with the 7-iron. Adam indicating the wind should be 8 o'clock. That's helping some left to right. Boy, that's going towards the flag. Aggressive.
Yeah, the way she leaned, like she was right of where she was looking. It's going to work out just fine. Had enough club to carry it almost to the front of the green and has a birdie putt.
Nelly for par at 13.
This is a difficult putt uphill to start. And down the second half.
Oh, how did that not go in, Mal? That looked good all the way.
And so the chance is slipping away for Nelly Korda. 5 back with 5 to play, and Charlie looking at a birdie putt coming up at the 12th. Lottie Woad for birdie at 14. Yes, Lottie. Could the first repeat winner this year be someone who wasn't even a pro until July? Lottie within 3. Second shot at the par 3 12th for Titicun.
Chipping out of some shorter rough, but the grass going against the shot.
That was a bit odd the way that came out of there, Kay.
It was one of those lies that I think looked better than it actually was.
Big moment here. Charlie's going to have a putt for birdie. Gino's got one from almost as long for par. Chisato, EY, meanwhile, a birdie putt of her own here at the difficult 12th.
This hole is challenging. I think no matter where they put the hole location, with it all the way back right, it's hard to get really close to. Charlie did the best. This putt very quick, moving down towards the hole.
2 par 3s on this back 9 are a couple of the harder holes on this golf course. Certainly no bargain. And there's Akie, her twin sister, out watching, cheering her on.
As you noted in Portland, it was game on for both of the EY twins. Akie was leading. Chisato was putting on a big Sunday charge. And now Charlie, having seen what Gino just did her second, from just one roll off the green, has this for birdie.
Ended up being such a good shot, even though it didn't continue releasing towards the hole. She has a really good opportunity for birdie. I mean, no more than 20 feet away. Just inside 20 feet. I'd say downhill, though, sliding left to right.
Tap in stress-free par on a tough hole, and we'll see what the lead is once Gino finishes. Clean card with 4 birdies.
It's been relatively stress-free golf for Charlie.
And now Titicun for her par.
This was surprising. I mean, it probably could be a little frustrating for her, Morgan, having struck a quality iron shot, ending up as far over the green. Difficult chip, now having to grind and sink a putt just, well, about a pace inside of what Charlie just had. At least she got a good read off of Charlie's putt. Knows she can maybe hit this just a teeny bit firmer and play for that left to right break.
Anything, she said earlier this season she was having a tendency to miss these a little bit on the low side.
Oh, doesn't miss there. What a huge putt from the top-ranked player in the world to stay 1 back.
It looked very ho-hum, very matter of fact, just okay, another day in the office. Not one of the most crucial putts you're going to have all day.
Again, near the top of the leaderboard on a Sunday. Yamashita, her second at the 13th. A beauty, and that could get her to 17 under. All right, so Charlie Hall with a par. Gino answers with a long one for par of her own. They head to the 13th with Charlie up 1. Big par save at the 12th. Now Gino on the tee at 13.
Yeah, can be a little more free with this tee shot. Oh, she crushed that.
Yeah, for a player who really said earlier this week that she was not feeling very good about her driver, kind of surprised her how she was playing. It's surprising me how well she's driving the ball. For a player to have said that, she looks so confident.
Well, the time is now for Nelly if she is going to have a chance to win this thing. Second at 14.
149 to left hole location. This is an 8 iron for Nelly.
Just gonna barely crest up and over that hill. Has some work left. Needs to nearly run the tables here.
Chisato on the tee at 13.
Yeah, this hole tilts a teeny bit left to right. Oh, no. Way left, left to left. Big hook.
Nothing good over there.
Saw kick down maybe a little bit. Not quite sure if she'll have a shot from that position.
Now Charlie.
Charlie may be looking more at the right center of the fairway after seeing that tee shot.
Block that out of your mind.
Well, this is a bit of a block. 265 to carry that bunker.
She said she carried it. She did, but how about the lie is the question.
Yeah, it's in the rough. It's going to be tough to get it to stop close to that front hole location, but still a benefit to have carried that bunker. Not surprised to see this one end up right, as Kay said, because of Chisato's miss right ahead of her. She's very steep on the backswing, then comes in very flat into the ball. You can see her try and save that a little bit with her body going through the very end of the swing. It's too late, though.
Beg your pardon. Up to the 15th, and Lottie with her second.
Hole location today. The front third of this green, very accessible to the eye. Lottie in a perfect spot here up the right center of the fairway. It's actually become one of the most accessible non-par fives on this back nine. Looks like she only has a short iron in her hands.
She hasn't birdied 15, 16, or 17 yet this week. She's likely going to need to do that on at least a couple of those. Maybe make an eagle at 18 to have any kind of a chance. Nelly, long one for birdie at 14.
It is a long one. It's not much movement, but the second half this is downhill.
So a couple of less than perfect swings, a bad break at 13. She was in a divot hole. Yamashita at 13 to get to 17 under. Nelly drops a shot. Yamashita is going to make par. It was Charlie chasing Yamashita at Porthcawl on Sunday, the AIG Women's Open. Charlie got to within one with 3 to go and bogeyed 16 and 17. Yamashita just wouldn't budge. Now it's Charlie leading the way. At 15, Se-Young Kim. Another good week for the major champion and former player of the year. She might need to run the table. Uh-oh. This is where Chisato's tee shot has come to rest at 13.
It's right up very close to that fence, Morgan, which I would assume is an out-of-bounds fence that you would not get relief from.
Property line out of bounds, definitely would not get relief from that.
I think she's called for a ruling just to double check her options.
Why not at this point?
Got a cart coming.
So An official is en route.
Yeah, it says it right here, Kay, on the notice to the players, the property farm signs attached to the boundary fence in hole 13. Part of the boundary fence and no relief is provided. I'm assuming that means from the sign and the fence as well, because that would be the line of the out of bounds.
This is an out of bounds fence, so it's not something we have free relief from. So it's in play, it's in bounds, but we're not able to get free relief from it.
So,
Robert,
no free.
Robert Duke.
So if we want to take unplayable, then
Okay.
options are.
So obviously back in the line doesn't help you much.
No.
Yet back to the tee. 2 club links no closer to the hole. You get 2 club links from the spot of the ball.
So,
It'll get you over here. You have to keep it within 2 club links. So, you know, odds are if you're on the cart path, your relief from the cart path would then be back over in this area, right? And we have to kind of ignore the fence in that case. But again, your extent is probably here. So no matter what, as a right-hander, it's probably going to just bring it back this way. You know what I'm saying? We can measure and do on that. You can certainly play it from the cart path, right? But if you were to take cart path, leave it half to the other.
Charlie going to go ahead from the rough.
Yeah, that was a gap wedge. Had to negotiate the tree limbs a bit.
Yeah, that was a pretty good shot there. Played it well left. That's not going to be an easy putt from where she is.
We would be 3 in the fairway, 4 into the green. Yeah.
All right, so now Gino.
And that, just a very smooth sand wedge from 107 yards.
Very controlled golf swing. We've seen her do that all week. That little 3/4 type wedge. She's so precise with those shots, and definitely advantage to Gino here on 13.
She's got to be hitting her 3rd eventually. This is the comebacker for par for Nelly. Oh, wow. 3 straight bogeys for Nelly Korda. They've kind of come in different ways, haven't they?
Just when she was right there, poised to make a move there with a potential eagle on 11, and it has just all come to a screeching halt.
Well, Mel is kind of taking a tour of the back 9 here. She's caught up now with Lottie Woad, who has this to get to 18 under.
She does. This is going to move to her right the whole way, and it is going to be a little bit on the quicker side. Just such a fantastic putter. Same putt coach as Charlie Hull.
Yeah, Mel, I love the speed with which she putts. Everything is very confident speed, very similar to Charlie in that respect.
Also helps with the way she's just exploded on our tour as well. Not a lot of scar tissue there, Morgan.
Now, you remember those days, don't you, Mel?
Oh, I've got scars all over, mate. All over the place. I don't remember when I didn't have scars.
You inflicted a few as well. All right, so does come up just a little short there.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. If you haven't got a full swing that can get us up at least to the fairway, it's not worth it. Okay.
Mark Wallington.
I think because her best option after taking a drop would have been to still be on the left-hand side of the cart path with a limited swing and a tough shot even back to the fairway lane 3. Her caddy, experienced caddy Mark Wallington, saying, hey, why don't we just go back and hit another tee shot and lay 3 in the fairway for sure, because there was no guarantee she was going to get back into the fairway and lie 3 in the fairway. So they've decided to go back and hit the unplayable from the previous tee shot, or previous shot, which is the tee shot.
And they'll catch a lift from Robert Duke. LPGA rules official. Okay, so she's going to try to limit the damage to just 1 drop shot. Charlie, tough birdie putt coming up at the 13th, up 1. At the 13th, Charlie Hull for birdie.
Charlie likes to play fast, and while Chisato Iwai's routine, that's very difficult. Right to left, then left to right putt. And she really misjudged. up the speed on that one.
You could see she had to take it all the way up into the fringe. It was just a really tough leave. It's never going to be easy.
At the 14th, Yamashita, second shot.
I haven't seen anybody really take on this flag stick over the ridge today. That's one of the best so far.
All right, so the roles reversed here from 12 at the 13th with Titikun a chance.
Much easier putt. Uphill, a little left to right.
And leaves it right in the jaws. Charlie with a par putt coming up. Gino saved par back at the 12th. And there's Chisato. Had to go back to the tee, as we said. Retee, she's lying 3 there. And let's see if they give way before Charlie's par putt. I think they will.
It's not something that you see very often in this situation, but, you know, Charlie, as we've talked about, likes to play quickly. And now Chisato just with the wedge trying to minimize the damage.
Yeah, this fourth shot from just outside 100 yards. I mean, you get the feeling right now that everyone's just a little bit rushed / frazzled, particularly Chisato.
Yeah, you start to feel like you might be getting behind. You don't want to be given a warning here on this back 9. Everybody kind of just a little bit out of sorts, takes you out of the entire group, out of their rhythm. That's where it's really important to focus right here, Kay. Try to put that out of your head.
It is, and the one that handled it best was Gino, who is safely in with a par and can just sit to the side of the green and rest and watch the others try to finish out this hole.
Charlie, who began the day with a 1-shot lead. She was caught by Gino with the first. Caught again after a bogey and a birdie from Gino at the 4th. But then she regained the lead at 6. She's had it outright by as many as 2. This to stay in front for par.
I can understand why she's bringing Adam in for this putt. This is very difficult to read. A little bit of subtlety here. The first time they've had the whole location in this area, it's been in the front left, the back right, and now in this front right portion for the first time.
And we're tied.
That looks so good.
She looks shocked that didn't go in. That was a wonderful roll. Would have been a really big putt to put some pressure on Gino, but now tie ball game, Grant.
Yeah, a missed fairway. Kind of got her out of position. Did well to get it up onto the green, but as you noted, it was always going to be a tough first putt. This looked good all the way.
She looks completely shocked. Catches that low side of the hole.
So it's Gino and Charlie at 19, a couple shots ahead of Lottie. Chisato's going to drop at least 1. She's got this bogey putt coming up after her tee shot was unplayable. At this 13th, had to go back and re-tee.
Really important for her to just take a deep breath and stay centered and ensure she two-putts this very difficult putt. Coming from the low part of the green, up a steep hill to the hole.
She bogeyed the 8th and then lipped out wickedly at the 10th. Or it would have been a birdie, and now a crushing double bogey for her hopes of winning. Not quite a 2-horse race with Lottie up ahead. Miyu Yamashita trying to get to 17 under as well.
For one of the rare birdies here on 14. It's just a really funky green, this 14th. This hole is located right on the highest point. You can seen players struggle to read it all day long, all week long, really.
Not far away from here at Kings Island, an LPGA Major Championship was staged for a dozen years. The old LPGA Championship, now the KPMG Women's PGA, and this has all the feels of a major with Gino and Charlie and Lottie. And the most recent major winner, Yamashita, and Se-Young Kim with a major to her credit as well. Gino on the tee.
Starts a stretch of very challenging holes. This one's ranked 3rd most difficult overall. Driving this towards the TV tower in the distance. Fairway tilts right to left.
Taking a lot of pressure off these hard holes, Morgan, with great tee shots. Gino.
We've seen the importance, I mean, even just from Charlie on the last hole, just missing the fairway, costing her a shot. How important it is, even though they are generous fairways, Kay, finding them is an absolute of utmost importance. And there you see Charlie struggled today, only hit half of her fairways so far.
Oh, this one's a beauty. A little further right to start than Gino's, but a lower trajectory, should roll down to the left.
It's a lot of trundle, a lot of release there. We'll say a couple of her drives she's had, it does say 5 out of 10 just chased through the fairway because of the firmness of the golf course.
Birdie putt for Lottie Wood at 16. Pars are good scores on these tough holes, but maybe not enough for Lottie if she's going to win it. Nelly, second at 15 off 3 straight bogeys. She had gotten within a couple. She had an eagle attempt at 11 that she missed. An eagle putt for Hedgen Choi, the 18th. 66 yesterday. Yeah, another good week for the 4th-year LPGA player from Korea.
Second eagle of the day on 18. Could we see some more in about an hour's time?
Gino and Charlie making their way down the 14th, both in the fairway, tied at the top.
A bit of speed here to this putt, especially at the end. She just has to feel like all of the air is out of the balloon at this point. Just, it's very deflating when you're so close and have a good chance and then go through a stretch like that.
We're back for the final group at the 14th, and who's first to play here, Kay?
It will be Chisato. Nice to see her hit a couple good drives in a row. Her second drive, of course, at the last hole, and this one here has left her 145 yards to the hole. She's pulled out an 8-iron.
This hour of Top Tracer technology going to be presented by Progressive Insurance.
This whole location is very similar to what they saw on Friday.
A good one, but it shows you how hard it is to get it anywhere close.
I just haven't seen very many good shots into this hole today, and that was an example how firmly that one landed when you're coming off a bit of a downslope. Harder to get it to stop to this elevated green, Kay.
And this green has been in the sun all day. It's getting firmer and firmer. It's a luxury to be able to come in with a wedge like Gino. See if she can get this to spin a little bit.
Yes, one of the best we've seen at this par 4. The pressure shifts over to Charlie.
See if Charlie can take advantage of that massive drive that landed her on the top of a mound, which is virtually flat. Just 113 yards.
This is a go zone right here. Take dead aim with the wedge.
Right.
So Gino Titikin, one of the 24 different winners in 2025, and her victory came on the LPGA Tour back in New Jersey at Liberty National. She was one shot ahead of Celine Boutier when the final round began. Her third shot at the 15th. After shooting 34 on the front, she would save par. Lead was 3. Then at the 17th, continued to pull away. That for birdie. 4-shot advantage. And then New York Harbor in the distance. Gino closing par, bogey-free 69. Her 5th LPGA title. She won in her 5th start as a member. It's a 19-year-old back in 2022. Said back then that she was talking to her dad, if I ever won one event on the LPGA Tour, it would be amazing. And then she got 2 that rookie year, and now she's got 5.
There's been a lot of talk this season about her not having captured a major victory yet. But I go back to her performance at CME Group Tour Championship, which feels like a major. It was a $4 million putt that she made there on that final hole with absolute nerves of steel. She's got all the tools in the bag. And most importantly, the one between her ears as well. She's just a fun personality.
She has a penchant from coming from behind. Did that in her first win. The rally there at CME that you talked about, she goes eagle, birdie, trailing by a couple when that 11th hour show she put on there on the Ladies European Tour. Handful of victories on that circuit. We're with Sunday rallies and now trying to do it again. Chisato EY lining up this one from just off the green for birdie. What a delight she and Akie have been getting to know them this year as they came over really knowing very little English. First year from Japan. We've seen them in a few events the last couple of years, major championships, but their English keeps getting better. They are embracing life out here in the United States. They just had a fun trip over to the Dallas Cowboys training facility. They had played with the punter and the kicker for the Cowboys back at the KPMG and the Pro-Am. Now Chisato for birdie.
Slick downhill putt. Grant, I love how they are trying to keep their lives balanced and enjoy a new experience each and every week that they're out here beyond golf.
Hasn't it? One of their experiences is trying to find the best burger joint in each town. We need an update, but for a while, In-N-Out was the top. Which can you blame them?
No, of course not. Unfortunately, a double for Chisato at 13. Here's 17, Lottie.
Ball is slightly below her feet. She has 156. This pin is hanging off that left-hand side. She's got to aim this a little bit right, which she's done.
Well, an outside chance, maybe. Birdie putts for the co-leaders, and Charlie's going to go first. And not quite match play yet, Kay. You and Morgan both 2 of the best ever. Mel's also a great Solheim Cup match play player, but here's a chance for Charlie to get one in first.
And this is a great place to be putting from, back uphill, so she can be a little extra aggressive without fear of the putt getting away from her.
Really solid from this distance.
Another near make.
I do think that being at this position in the leaderboard, she had a 2-shot lead as she made the turn, but it really does keep her mentality to the aggressive side and still keep firing at flag sticks and really just making sure she gets every putt to the hole.
Teenager when she got to the LPGA Tour, as was Gino. And now Charlie, 29 years old. Gino still just 22. And this to take the lead outright.
Gino shot a 64 out here on Friday, and that included a 30 on this back nine, so comfortable with scoring low on the second nine. This putt, similar to Chisato's in that it's downhill, putting almost from the opposite side that Charlie just putted from.
And Gino takes the lead for the first time today to 20 under par.
Those two left-to-righters, the one she made to save par on 12 was huge, and that was a very similar putt that she made right there on 14. It's really clutch.
Now Chisato for par.
Obviously, Chisato is out of winning the tournament, but trying to finish strong, turn things around, get a good finish.
And again, for a rookie like Chisato, just to be up here again near the top of the leaderboard yet again, having already won and contended back in Portland. For Charlie, just a little bit here, very little bit, this for par. So Gino Titigan, for the first time today, has taken the lead outright. They head to the par 4 15th, with Titigan up by 1. Now leading it by 1, Gino Titigan at 15.
Wanting to take this down the left side of the fairway. Might have overdone it. Needs a good bounce.
The clock thickens.
That's a terrible angle from over there with the way the hole sits to the fairway.
So Charlie now, having seen that.
Yeah, the fairway is certainly wide open for her. A little bit of breeze stirring. Feels like it's hurting slightly from the right. Well, she didn't hold back on that drive at all.
Massive club twirl.
That was pummeled.
It's really interesting. The first time Gino's taken the solo lead all day, but she misses only her second fairway of the day when she's been driving it so beautifully.
Yamashita up ahead for birdie. She has had some chances. She's really hit the ball well, as she almost always does.
Kind of feel like other than for Gino, there's just cellophane over the hole for everybody else. Nobody else is quite able to make those all-important putts that could push them up towards the top of the leaderboard, including Lottie Woad.
See if she can rip the cellophane off here. Titigan at 20, but in trouble off the tee, it appears. Well, we said this is late in the season, of course, and so every putt matters. This is China's Reishin Liu, and this for birdie. You see, she's 103 in the race to the CME Globe. And that could be a putt that is very precious for her. Moves her to a projected 93rd. And look at the veteran, Johnny Colleen. He and Gregor Johnston, Nas's caddy, a couple of the only guys who've actually caddied when the Cincinnati area hosted the major championship here back in the 80s. He's seen it all. Nelly. Another that just misses. So Gino Titigan, world number 1, leading Charlie by 1. We'll see what her lie is. Gino off the fairway at 15. This is where Gino Titigan's tee shot has come to rest. Kay, have you had a look?
Hold, please.
I have, and it's not going to be easy by any means. The ball is sitting down in some very thick rough. It's very inconsistent with a larger clump behind the ball. In addition, the ball is above her feet, and the wind feels like it's just starting to pick up, hurting. She needs to ensure she carries this 130 yards to cover the water and get to the front of the green.
Barely cleared it yesterday with her second.
I'd be surprised if this is a little right here.
Exactly, Morgan. That's going towards the bunker.
Yeah, that was just kind of where she had to go. Didn't want to flirt with anything around that penalty area. Has some green to work with.
Charlie in the fairway, as is Chisato Iwai.
Yeah, Charlie's way down there. Won't have more than probably a sand wedge in. Chisato with a good, relatively level lie. Oh, she's pulled this. Hopefully it gets to the green. And that bounces down left towards the rocks inside the red penalty area.
That was right where we said Gino wasn't going to flirt with that whatsoever. Checking her alignment.
Opportunity for Charlie.
Stand please, guys.
This is a gap wedge for Charlie. Again, 111 yards. She can be very aggressive with this. See how close she can hit it. Oh, well, it sit. It landed darn near the hole itself and then bounced firmly.
We've seen that happen all day today. Nobody really able to get it close. It's so firm.
Gino in the bunker. See how she handles that one up by one. Leading it by one. Gino Titicun from the bunker at 15.
Ball sitting down just a touch in the ball rut. How good is this?
We just replayed her win at Liberty National when she hit that brilliant bunker shot on the 15th hole that really propelled her on to victory. Another one there.
She's in some kind of a rut every week, it seems. In contention.
If you want to judge, yeah, please, man.
It's a Chisato inside the penalty area, unable to play it.
Her ball was nestled up against the rock. And so she's taking a drop.
This will be her fourth. Go back to that wicked lip out she had at the 10th hole. Would have taken Chisato to 17 under. She did birdie 11. The double bogey at 13. Now another drop here.
Just that left miss, okay, has caught her out both on 13 and then here. Just really took her out of the tournament.
Looks like Charlie is going to go ahead while she's taking her drop. She's ready to play. Slightly uphill, then downhill, left to right breaker.
Gino's not in, but he's going to have a short putt for par. Charlie should have no trouble.
I just kind of feel like there's a lot of commotion going on with this group in the last few holes, Kay.
It's definitely been distracting, and I've noticed that Charlie, in particular in this last hole and a half, has been a little more distracted even by marshals and scoring people in the fairway that might be just moving a little bit. So it's going to be very important for Charlie to just kind of stay centered and not let that whirlwind of distractions kind of take her out of this bubble that she's created for herself today.
It looks like they're calling for a ruling too, so that's going to create even more distractions here.
Yeah, she took the drop. It rolled back onto the line. If it's on the line, then it's in the penalty area, I believe, is the rule. Charlie for par. Gino has that coin there for her par.
She wants you to move.
This is a little awkward for everyone, especially the player causing a lot of the commotion, huh?
Well, especially there's not a lot of leeway around this green. And I feel for Chisato because she's the kind of person that doesn't want to cause a negative distraction, but her errant shots have created a couple of rulings. Now Gino from just inside of 2 feet.
Okay,
really
so
good 4 from where she drove it.
big save from the bunker. Gino remains in front by 1. They head to the par 3 16th. Can Gino become the first repeat winner of 2025? So here's Chisato Iwai, her 4th shot at 15.
Uphill lie, chipping from some pretty thick rough.
Okay, this whole debacle has taken a good, 10 minutes?
Close to it, yes. I mean, the only positive is the group ahead just left the green, so this group won't have to wait on the group ahead of them, nor have they had to the last couple holes, because this final group has slowed up quite a bit because of Chisato and her rulings.
The top 2 already over on the 16th tee. Gino getting a number.
I definitely feel like, in general, it's just taking them a lot longer to play today than it did yesterday.
Well, the front 9 was excruciatingly slow. When I picked up this group, they waited 10 minutes on the 7th tee, on the 8th tee, their seconds at 8. It was a really slow slog. Things, in general, have sped up on this back 9, save for Chisato and her unfortunate doubles.
Yeah, the double-double. 13 and 15. Yeah, it's been, 4 hours and 20 minutes to play 15 holes. And there, of course, you have the reachable 18th, so that's a bit of a backup as well. And now, Titikun, after the brilliant bunker save, she's going to have the honor still. And this hour of Top Tracer Technology, presented by Progressive Insurance.
This par 3 is so challenging. It's the hardest par 3 on the course, and all the par 3s are really worth a second think and require some great shot making. With this hole location all the way to the back right side, it's very tough to get close to, particularly when you have a 6-iron in your hand like Gino does.
Should set up nicely, though, for her IK. She switched earlier this year after coming back from Asia in the spring to hitting a fade, but this looks like it's drawing.
Yep, no fade there. That's pretty close to yesterday's hole location.
She really needed that fade. That's going to be a tricky putt.
All right, now Charlie.
Last words.
Yeah.
Last words to her caddy. Basically straight at it. Yeah, with a 7-iron. She says, I love to be aggressive and play at flag sticks, otherwise golf's boring.
When she was asked earlier this week about this course, Kay said, it's just another golf course to me. Hit it close and hope you hole putts. Same as every week. That's just her mentality. It's on a good line. Just going to settle down in that middle tier, but relatively straight putt from that position up the hill.
Nelly Korda at the 17th.
Only been 7 birdies so far today. Been hard to read.
She had a great par save here yesterday, preceding an eagle at the 18th that put her within 3 of the lead. She got even closer. She made her way through the front 9. But a string of 3 straight bogeys costing Nelly a chance to win for the first time this year. It's going to be another good finish for Nelly, tied for 8th. Up at the 18th, Lottie Wood, 3 back.
She's got 184. She's going to float with this flagstick and make eagle. She's got to float with the front.
It's just huge bounce, so firm. Almost got to land it just barely into that upslope at the front of the green, but really hard to dial that in.
Some long birdie putts for Gino and Charlie at the 16th. We'll see them when we come back to Cincinnati. At the 16th, Gino Titicum stepping this one off. Okay, what do you think?
This is going to be a demanding 2-putt. Really not thinking about birdie at all from this distance and what she has to deal with. She's on a lower part of the green, putting back uphill to the little shelf where the hole's located. It's a small shelf. Plus she has a significant amount of left to right break to deal with. So putting that all together is going to be very difficult.
It's been the hardest green to putt today. Highest average number of putts.
But as we see from her so often, Grant, the more difficult, the better she plays.
She makes it look easy. We mentioned this at the FM Championship. She's played 80 LPGA starts as a member and has 51 top 10s. Just a staggering number. Charlie's been out here 11 years, has 43, which is a lot. That just shows you what kind of a career early on Gino's had. Lottie for eagle at 18.
Really difficult putt this. Massive break from right to left.
That was very well judged right there. I feel like that needed to go in. That would have been a really tall order.
A chance here for Charlie, this to tie the lead.
It is a chance, but also a difficult putt. Again, putting from a lower level up to the top. Difficult to gauge the speed.
Yes, Charlie. Just when she needed it.
Bracing that chaser's mindset. Flipped the switch right there. She made a really clutch putt on the 7th, the par 3, after Gino birdied the hole ahead of her to tie. And this one now to get back into the lead.
And Gino still a little work, maybe 3 feet. A touch more. Nice tee shot from Chisato Iwai to keep it up there.
Well, that putt by Charlie ignited the crowd. They are definitely majority polling for her over anyone else in this group. Quality shot from Chisato after the double bogey. Not enough magic for her today.
And she's had some magic at other times this year, certainly en route to her first victory by 6 shots. But just been a struggle, especially on this back 9 today. Disappointing day for Chisato.
And just enough left for Gino to take care here.
Never can take these for granted. That's why players work so hard on their basic routine, making it the same, whether it's a 1.5-foot putt or a 30-footer.
Okay, 2 holes to play. The tough 17th, the par 5 18th reachable for just about everybody. And we're deadlocked again because of this putt from Charlie Hull. Flags again, ball in. And a chance for win number 3 in her 11-year career. Deadlocked again. And Charlie now leading things off at 17.
See if she can pull out one of her A-plus drives here and just smash it dead center past the bunkers on either side.
She chased it all the way through the fairway yesterday. It was a beautiful drive, but released all the way through on the left side.
This going towards the right bunker. Tough to carry it.
Good bunker, right?
Oh, boy.
Right up under the lip, Kay. Oh, goodness.
Wow. You can get lucky in these fairway bunkers and be in the middle with a flat lie, or very close to one of the fingers or lips that come out. That's unfortunate.
Of course, Gino doesn't know that, but here she is.
She had a similar thing here yesterday, Kay, where she chased through the fairway on the left side as well.
Well, that's dead center to start. How it lands and chooses to kick is another part of the equation.
It's a little bit further right. Should hold on. That is way down there. Huge advantage for Gino here.
Charlie up against the lip, up to 18. Lottie for birdie.
She did a pretty good job to get it to here, to be honest with you. This is straight up the hill. It's always nice to finish with a birdie. Not much movement to it.
.66 for Lottie Woad. In sole possession of third. She won an LET event as an amateur. Meanwhile, Ohio native Gianna Clement is in a playoff on the Epson Tour today with fellow American Melanie Green. They're playing down in Alabama. So the amateurs showing out here this summer. Gianna, potentially one of your junior Solheim Cup players next year, Morgan.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, it's a very bright future. That race for the card on the Epson Tour is littered with Americans. She's in that playoff with Melanie Green, as we mentioned. So Melanie's already clinched her card for next year. Former amateur champion, British amateur, as they prefer here. Now Yamashita.
One of the few that's missed that putt on the right side. Most have missed low and to the left. It's been just a very tricky green to read today.
Well, we'll see about Charlie's situation. It didn't look great from where we were. Another great week for Lottie Woad, Morgan.
Yeah, she's just been impressive. I mean, I've been impressed with her game for a couple of years now since she won the Augusta National Women's Amateur and continues to prove herself out here on the biggest stage.
Mary Liu has had a really good week, and she has a great chance here. You see number 97th in the race to the CME Globe. Chance to go ahead and lock up her card. Second shot at the par 5 18th.
Set up way left to hit a big cut into this hole. About the only way you can get a soft bounce like that.
And that'll be an eagle putt for Mary. Good chance to move into the top 5, even if she can two-putt that for birdie. Great chance again for Nelly Korda. Not going to be. Here's her second.
A little bit of a downhill hanging lie. Leaning like it's right.
Ooh.
Fortuitous kick right there. Settle right back where the hole was located yesterday.
Where she made eagle in a similar spot. She is going to play next week at the Walmart Northwest Arkansas Championship. Then she'll play in a couple of weeks after that at the Lotte Championship. And this is the ball of Charlie Hull. It's okay, we're seeing a close-up of it.
Yeah, it's not good. It actually landed in the bunker about 7 paces behind and then scooted to this point where it's only about 4 inches from the front lip. She's just going to have to wedge it out and hope to somehow make a par.
Go ahead, Mark. Yeah.
From this position. That's all she could do.
Absolutely nothing else from there, Kay. Just looks like it's on a pretty good flat lie there as well. Maybe a slight upslope. You can kind of see it there by that drain.
Gino's in the fairway. Chisato EY will be next to play. So just looking, Kay, that Charlie's going to play her third before Gino hits her second, correct?
It's looking like that. They're almost equidistant. Chisato has found a really nice level lie, 8-iron in hand. Her miss has been a pull today, or a pull hook with the tee shot. See if she can straighten one out and drop one a little short right of the flag.
She is aimed a little bit left, if anything, with her feet, almost left of that back bunker. Aggressive line.
All right, Mel Reed has dropped back. Catch up again with Charlie Hull. We had to blast out. See who's going to go first here after all. Gino.
Yeah, Gino, you couldn't ask for a better shot into this tough hole location. She also has a pretty level lie. Maybe just a smidge downhill, 118 yards.
Continues with that
little three-quarter shot. Yeah. That's a money shot right there.
15. What do you reckon? What do you want to land it?
With her
12.
opponent in trouble.
Tiny bit in, isn't it?
Smart play there.
I like it.
It's not quite match play, as we said, but it's feeling like it's getting pretty close.
Yeah, I like it just right side of the TV tower.
Charlie's got a perfect lie here, 120. This pin is tucked only 4 from the left, so she's still going to have to aim this a little bit right. Give herself a chance of making par. She likes to draw her wedges ever so slightly, so this will help with this pin location.
She has to give herself a putt for par here.
This is looking left though, guys.
Wow.
Here's what?
Well, a wayward tee shot at 13 led to a bogey. One here at the 17th for Hull has put her in jeopardy of another. Meanwhile, Gino has a putt for birdie. We say it every week. It's just so hard to win. Charlie has had a career that so many players would dream of. Just the 2 LPGA titles, one the lucrative one, the CME Group Tour Championship, but a 2-shot lead when made the turn is now in peril. Nelly trying to finish things up here. How will she feel leaving Cincinnati today?
Yeah, she's going to be frustrated. She's going to be really frustrated with the back nine. Those few bogeys in a row. Really put herself in one of the best positions she's been in almost all year. Just couldn't keep that momentum going to really give chase.
Think about the season opener, Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions, back nine. She had a share of the lead with A-Lim Kim before A-Lim pulled away. U.S. Women's Open. She was always chasing Maya Stark, but was within shouting distance before Maya finished it off. Now today on the back nine, Nelly had another chance. Quite enough. All right, so we've got the birdie putts and the par attempt. And who's it going to be? Charlie for par?
Well, I think distance-wise, it seems like it will be Gino. And she's taken the flagstick out, so she just seems to get calmer and cooler the more intense the situation. And I think that's just her core nature of being a very optimistic person. And it's like she just enjoys being in the heat of the battle, and whatever happens, happens. I mean, she's lost her fair share of tournaments, and in her young age has won. So I don't think she lives and dies on every shot, but she just enjoys executing. And this putt, Morgan, is like 25-footer uphill with a little left to right break.
Okay, I feel like a little bit earlier in her career when she broke out with a win so early, felt like she struggled with some of the expectations that were thrown upon her, especially from back home in Thailand. And I feel like she's really learned to embrace that and embrace these tough moments and knows that she can rise to the occasion.
2 putts might be enough to take the lead here. It's going to be a par for Gino. Charlie Hall is going to have a par attempt from just off the green. I don't think Gino thinks any lead is big enough after what happened at Evian. Grace Kim making eagle to tie her and force a playoff, and then pitching in for birdie to extend it, then winning it with an eagle. Chisato EY here.
Pretty similar putt to what Gino just had, just a shorter version.
Charlie.
She's opting to put this, which I was quite shocked at, because the lie is absolutely perfect. Grass is going with her. She seems to think that this is the better play, more chance of holding it. Perfectly just straight up the green. Moving a smidge to her right.
Depending on how this comes through the rough for this first cut here, Mel, I'd expect this to have a pretty good chance of going in.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm shocked she's putting it, to be honest. The way she chips the ball, I thought she was going to chip it and take that out of play. It's just jumped on her a little bit.
No sooner does she tie the lead than she gives it back, and it was the tee ball. It costs her again. It's going to be Gino by 1 going to the 18th. Go back to a couple of weeks ago, the last event on the LPGA calendar. Gino bogeyed the 71st hole, and Miranda Wong birdied it to get her first victory. Now it's Gino who sees her opponent drop a shot at the 71st hole, and off they go to the par 5 18th. Morgan, let's look back at the day. This was after 5 straight pars, Charlie's third at the par 5 6th.
She's shown wonderful touch all week with these short shots around the green here, taking advantage of the first par 5.
She started the day with a 1-shot lead. Gino caught her, but that gave her the lead back. Gino would tie her with this briefly. Very briefly, because Charlie in the same group did this.
Yeah, this was a big momentum putt here for Charlie, right on top of Gino's birdie.
So Charlie had the lead. The lead was 2 when they made the turn. Charlie made par. Gino curled it in for birdie, and it was a 1-shot advantage. Both would birdie the 11th. But then at the 13th, Charlie, in the rough, gouged it out, left her with a long birdie putt, came up well short, and this par putt just missed. And so they were tied at the 14th. Charlie missed for birdie. Gino made it. The lead was 1. At 15, Titikun got up and down for par. And after Gino missed, Charlie rolled that one in to tie it. And then just moments ago, tee shot of the bunker, had to gouge it out, again blast it out, third to here.
I've said all week how the fairways are generous here, but you have to find the fairway, and Charlie on this back 9, 2 really important missed fairways on 13 and 17 really cost her. And we'll see how much it could potentially cost her here on the final hole.
It's reachable. in 2, par 5. Gino is going to go first. Again, you go back to the Amundi Evian Championship. She had a 1-shot lead on Lottie Woad, a 2-shot lead on Grace Kim, with whom she was playing. Gino made par. Grace made eagle. And Grace, that miracle, getting the victory in a 2-hole playoff. Gino would love to take any of the drama out of it with a great 18th hole here.
Morgan, you predicted that it very well could come down to this last hole, as well as that difficult 17th, whoever navigated that one best, and Gino was the winner at 17. So looking to get a good strong drive down the left center.
It's interesting, Kay. It's almost the bigger the moment. Whereas some players might tend to speed up or change their rhythm and tempo, Gino almost slows down her heart rate, and is just able to execute time and time again.
Well, that's going to be an A1 drive right there, because she has a full look at the left half of the green where the hole's located.
Had the one wayward tee shot at 15, got out of position, but was able to scramble with a bunker save. But tee shots have been money for Gino. And now Chisato EY, 13th in the race to the CME Globe, tied for 13th here, 13 under.
So interesting seeing her sister out here watching, and they've had such similar rookie seasons. It's just a cool story.
It's just, I mean, how much fun to be traveling the world with your sister. Both have accomplished great things in their young careers already.
And now Charlie. Mel, it's been a wild ride, as it usually is with our Charles, as you like to call her, but a chance here. Starts here with a tee shot.
It certainly does. Wind is out the back of Charlie. This would be perfect for a little draw, starting it down the middle of the fairway, drawing to the left half. Fantastic angle into this. This looks a little bit down the right.
Oh, she's leaning.
I heard it hit a tree.
Still covered, Mel.
Wow.
Yeah, it must have caught a little bit of that tree, but I certainly heard it hit something.
Well, she is in the fairway, but doesn't know it. Now she does. Charlie needs something special here at 18. Now, Yulimi No from Northern California makes her home in Dallas-Fort Worth these days. It's been a great season for her. Got her first LPGA title in the second event of the season, but unable to muster the kind of performance she had yesterday when she shot 64. And finishing up here at the 18th.
She's just had a struggle of a day, out in 40. She's struggling with her golf swing a little bit today. Delicate one here, quick once it gets on the green. I think she's shocked that ended up short. I'm shocked. It's hard to do.
Gino and Charlie both in the fairway. The two with a chance to win. Yu Yamashita, you see there, in fourth place, is in this group with Yulimi No and Bianca Pagdananan. Bianca's really struggled since that eagle at the 8th got her to within one of the lead. She made double at 9 and then 5 bogeys since. For a player who came in number 136 in the race to the CME Globe, she was projected with that eagle to move inside the top 100, but now with these struggles, a student of Carito Villaroman there in Philippines, also works with Gary Gilchrist here in the U.S. She's only going to pick up a few spots in the race, but this would help a little. She had a disappointing weekend playing in the final pair at the FM Championship last year and followed that up with a big run. So perhaps she can do that again after the frustrating Sunday here. Part of this Sunday after that chip in. How about the year for Yelimi No? We've seen so much promise from her through the years. A junior champion. And nearly won an LPGA event as a teenager before she even joined the tour, and now she is a winner.
Definitely off to a great start. Has really struggled as of late, though. Missing 6 of her last 8 putts. Should be encouraged by the way that she played, especially yesterday. Knows that it's in there. Sometimes when things are not going your way, hard to really have that self-belief that's required. But just got to keep grinding and wait to see some of those glimpses of what everybody knows is possible.
There's that wild roller coaster ride of a weekend. Now Yamashita. Part of the celebration of Japanese excellence. These last couple of years, 4 major winners, 4 different major winners, and more winners than any other country this season on the LPGA Tour. 5 different Japanese winners. 4 of them rookies. With a lot of putts like that, so she finishes alone in 4th, 4 rounds in the 60s. All right, the green is cleared. Gino Titican leading it by 1 in the fairway.
And this is not over yet. She has 196 yards, while Charlie only has roughly 140 in with that aggressive line off the tee. This is a 5-iron, trying to land this 185-ish, just past the front.
We're seeing if it lands on the front of the green K. It takes a huge hop.
Drifting right.
There's the hop.
That'll settle back to where we saw Lottie 2-putt from.
It's going to get a little closer. Here it comes back toward the hole. That's a good 10, 12 feet or more. But Charlie flirting with the right side. Rewarded, but first Chisato.
This also a 5-iron, 6 paces ahead from where Gino hit. Looks like a pretty good line if it's the right number landing.
And just a difference there. That landed a foot short of the green in the fringe and takes the softer bounce. Doesn't land like it's landing on a trampoline.
Well, shy kids don't get sweets. That's what Charlie said when she went for it at 18 at Pebble Beach. Here we go, Mel.
And Kay was right. This is exactly 140 to the pin. Tree about 30 yards short. He's blocking out her view a little bit. This is heading a little left.
Yeah, similar pull swing to the one we saw on the last hole. That's going to hold up nicely, though.
Yeah.
Quick putt down the slope, but wonderful distance control.
So both putting for eagle, Titican and Charlie Hull. And we said it when the week began, Morgan, 28 of the top 34 in the Rolex rankings, and these great stars have given us a show this week again here in Cincinnati.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a great week, a fabulous week of weather, which always helps as well, and just the stars showing out this week. Exciting golf course. I just love the way the golf course is designed. It's both great birdie opportunities as well as just really clutch, tough par fours coming down the stretch. A lot of excitement.
Two global stars. Gino makes her home in the Dallas-Fort Worth area when she's in the U.S. from Thailand. Think about what's happened, the explosion of great Thai players over the last 20 years, and now Charlie, maybe the most famous golfer on the LPGA Tour because of everything. Her personality, her brilliant play, and a chance here. A chance. Some of it depends on Gino. If Gino were able to roll this one in, she could put it away once and for all. But they've given us a great duel today.
Yeah, it's impressive what Charlie has gone through this season as well. I mean, you think struggles that she had at Evian, then hurting her back after that, then rolling her ankle and having ligament issues. So she's really, she said, pain is just in the mind.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure that's accurate, but for Charlie, that's kind of been her attitude coming into this week and just pushing through it.
She said, when I was younger, if I fell over, my dad would say, did you break anything? No, we'll just stand back up. I'd say, okay, fair. Always been that way. Gino, of course, had a thumb injury at the end of 2023 and had a delayed start to 2024. But now, as you saw earlier, Gino with a chance for a third multiple win season in 4 years out here on the LPGA Tour at a time where it's never been more difficult to win. Gino has a chance. Kay, what do you think about this putt?
I think there is a chance, but it's a slim one to throw this in the hole. It's a lengthy putt, close to 50 feet. Quite a bit of right to left break, and the thing is, the higher you play it, the more it's going to gain speed and snap left.
If it falls in, she wins. It's a good putt, but it's not in yet. So Charlie is going to have a putt to get to 21 under and put the pressure on Gino. Mel, have you had a chance to read it?
I have. It's downhill the whole way. It's going to be left to right, maybe a couple of balls, and then it's going to straighten up at the end for Charlie. I feel like she's so good on these left to righters. And listen, it's Charlie Hill. She does love the big moment. I'll tell you something, if she does hold this place is going to erupt. A lot of people calling for Charlie.
It's been such great energy this week, Mel, and you really feel like it's all coming to this moment right here.
Exactly. I spoke to her on Wednesday, and she seemed very, very happy with the game, very happy with the way that her health is. So not too surprised to see her near the top of the leaderboard, to be honest with you.
Is to take the lead, at least for the moment. Okay, it's going to be on the putter of Gino Titigun. Give us our first repeat winner, 2025. Chisato Iwai, third member of this group. Fine shot herself. And Kay, this for a closing eagle for Chisato to move into the top 10.
It's been such a strong rookie class. I've seen several of the rookies win. In addition, Chisato has 8 wins on the JLPGA. Her sister 5 wins over there, so came over here with great resumes.
Yeah. I mean, that shows you something, doesn't it? Tough back 9 with a couple of double bogeys, but picks up 2. Yeah. Fist bump. And that does move her into the top 10. Well, before those heroics from Grace Kim. There was a putt for Gino Titigan on the 72nd hole at the Amundi Evian Championship to win it. Just missed, and then the fireworks continued. Now this to wrap it up.
It's be an inside left putt here. Just been so brilliant with this putt all day.
Oh my word.
Just powered that through the break.
That's not in. She's still out.
Morgan, huge shocker. She's been money on those putts.
She just absolutely crushed it there, Kay, and it really wasn't an outside the hole putt anyway.
Well, if you're going to hit it that firm, you got to go dead center. Now she's got to recompose herself and just get this in the hole.
Charlie just a couple of feet away, if that, for birdie. Unbelievable. A 4-putt from number 1 in the world.
The number 1 putter on tour. I'm shocked. Wow.
And now Charlie. So much heartbreak. But given a gift on the last hole. And this to unwrap it.
I'm still in shock, Grant.
Gino is too.
Charlie probably is too.
I think she certainly is. I didn't think she was having this to win the tournament. This is just a 2-footer up the hill for Charlie.
Look at this. Plumb bobbing from 1.5 feet, 2 feet. After what she's just witnessed.
No, she's not that comfortable over it.
I mean, it's got to be rattling to have just watched a 4-putt ahead of you, and then not just that, but this putt now to win.
100%. I mean, we were talking about nerves earlier. No
And
nerves
Charlie
there.
Hull is back on the throne. She wins into Queen City in an absolute shocker.
I mean, I said we'd see some drama on 18, but I'm not quite sure this was the type of drama that I anticipated. But all credit to Charlie for hanging tough there. Heart breaks for Gino on that final hole.
I think you are 100% right. Charlie needed some time herself to regroup. The best player, the best putter in the world.
You can see she's saying, I was nervous. That's what she's saying right there. My hands were shaking. And take that deep breath. She can't believe in this moment that she has won. I mean, she knows in her mind that she has, but an all class there from Gino after what has to be just a soul-crushing final green.
Kay Cockrell, take it away.
I'm not sure who's more shocked by what just transpired here on the 72nd hole, but as they say, you never know. It's over until it's absolutely over. Yeah. Your initial reaction to that last putt that you had to make, now to win for the 3rd time on tour.
Yeah, I just thought I had to make the eagle, to be fair. And I wasn't really watching her putt for birdie because I thought she was going to hole it. And then, yeah, I guess it's not over until the fat lady sings, but I was shaking over that last putt because I just didn't expect it. But yeah, it feels pretty good.
What does this say about you and your ability, the way you approach this game? You treat it as a game. You love playing this game of golf. You've had a lot of heartache, but now you get to feel some true joy.
Yeah, like I felt like it was weird because on 17 I hit an actually pretty good, decent tee shot. I felt pretty pumped and I couldn't miss it in the left rough. And the bunker was fine, but I was in the lip of the bunker. If it was 3 feet back, I would have had a shot to the green, so I bogeyed that one and then just birdied the last. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
Well, Charlie, you've come up a runner-up many times, but now you are the winner. You were runner-up here 2 years ago. Now you're the champion of the Kroger Championship. Congratulations.
It feels pretty good, and now I get home to see my boyfriends.
Yeah. Safe travels.
Got a flight tonight, in fact. Charlie Hull. Gino Tittigan had a couple of putts to wrap it up. But with her hands shaking, as you saw, she gets it done.
You could almost see her whole body shaking in that replay. You could almost see her legs shaking.
She's not the only one.
There he is. Brian, you've got to shave your beard off now.
We're speechless, and that takes something. Wow. Charlie Hull with a birdie on the 72nd hole and some help from world number one, wins for the third time